if he three-peats, if Kansas City three-peats, the GOAT debate, does it become closer between Mahomes and Brady? What y'all think?
Go
If
ahead,
we got
Kev. Oh, you want
it,
me? Hey, if you want me to go,
I'll go first. I'll go first.
okay,
I'll go first.
because
So I've thought long and hard about what you said about Mahomes being the Michael Jordan of this, and I'm venturing to say more like the LeBron James. That
Hmm.
Brady's the Michael Jordan of this. Mahomes is the LeBron James because he's the newer, souped up version that everyone's comparing to the prior GOAT. So when I look at this and I look at what he's accomplished,
Can
all
I
right,
ask one question before you go all into it?
yeah,
Who is between Jordan and LeBron to you? Who's the greatest of all time?
LeBron James.
Okay. So that lets me know where this is going.
LeBron James.
Okay.
All right. So I think he might be the LeBron James of this. And so I'm looking at what he did. He's 29 years old, right? He's been in the league 8 years. He's headed to his fifth Super Bowl. It's ridiculous, man. The first year he was a backup to Alex Smith. We, remember that. Um, he's won 3 Super Bowls, 2020, 2023, 2024. He's on the cusp of making history of being the first to three-peat. But right now, since he hasn't three-peated, he's went back to back. He's in a category with a few other guys. Um, I'll name a couple. Bart Starr, he was the first to back to back, and
Cowboy.
the first team he beat was actually the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
Um, but another one that I want to mention, besides Brady that did it, is Terry Bradshaw, because Terry Bradshaw is the only quarterback to go back to back twice.
Okay.
So, knowing that, seeing that, understanding that,
Wait, those
I
the only ones you gonna name? You ain't
no
gonna
no
say
no no no
Troy
no.
Aikman? Y'all ain't got no love for
Hey
Dr. Dre
man,
and
nah
Snoop
nah
Dogg?
nah nah. Nah, man, I wasn't saying Troy Aikman. Just like I wasn't gonna say Joe Montana,
All
or I
right,
wasn't gonna
then.
say or I wasn't gonna say Bob Greasy.
Mm-hmm. You
Um,
you you pissing off a
but
lot of people out
but but
there. They
but
like,
since but
what?
since um, but looking at it, I'm looking at what Mahomes did, right? I still look at not Peyton Manning, excuse me. I still look at Tom Brady as the GOAT. He still has 7 rings. He's still
Okay.
the only quarterback to do it in 3 different decades. And he's still the only quarterback in the modern era to go undefeated in the regular season. So I can't, right now, I can't give him the crown just yet. But that's why I'm calling him Braun, because I think at some point he will surpass Brady as being the GOAT. So I'm not gonna call him MJ. I'm gonna call him LeBron.
Okay, so then the question still stands because you said all of that and didn't answer. If he three-peats, will you then say he is the GOAT
No,
over
I'm
Tom
not.
Brady?
No,
Okay.
no, no. It's gonna be over the course of time.
So the
Once
three-peat does not do it for you.
No, the
Okay.
three-peat will not do it, but over the course of time, once we reflect on his body of work, because I don't think he's gonna stop if he gets three. I
Okay.
think he's gonna get more. And as he gets more, I will say, okay, because four, I mean, if he three-peats, that only gives him 4 championships. That's still not
only.
seven. That's still, I'm
Yeah,
saying, but
you
that's still not seven.
just
Seven. That's a lot, man.
Okay.
Um, I think that Mahomes, because he's still playing, it's hard to really say. It's really hard to. You don't want to try and cement somebody's legacy in the
Mhm.
middle of their career. But what Mahomes has done is it's never been done before. Not even Brady. Mahomes is basically He has been the driving force for every run they've made. They've had great defenses, and of course, Tom Brady has been aided, was aided in his career by great defenses in his first
and a,
two or three,
and a kicker.
and a great kicker in his first two or three Super Bowls. I would say they probably didn't ask him to do that much. They asked him to go out there and manage the game. Don't lose the game for us.
Mm-hmm.
What they've asked Patrick Mahomes to do. Now, keep in mind, his rookie year, he only played one game, last game of the season. And off
Mm-hmm.
that last game, everybody knew who he was and what he was, right? It was like that first game, it was like a throwaway game. It didn't mean anything. I think they had already clinched the either they had got I can't remember if they got eliminated or if they had clinched the playoff berth. But the game that he came in and played, and I think it might have been against Miami. I don't remember, but um, he came and he went crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, oh shit, this little rookie, he might be all right. Since then, the next 7 years, including this one, he has been in the AFC Championship game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just want that to sink in.
Sinking,
His season,
sinking in,
his season
sunk.
at a at a bare minimum is the AFC Championship game for 7 straight years. That's crazy.
Okay.
You've won um, three out of the last four Super Bowls. You're appearing in your fifth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he's in year 8
Yeah.
now. Can he sustain it? I mean, can you sustain the run you're on? Because right now, at with if he gets his fourth Super Bowl, if he gets his fourth Super Bowl this year,
Mm-hmm.
that will put him. He'll be the second. He'll be tied for second as far as Super Bowl wins, if I'm
And
not mistaken.
this is season number 8.
Yes,
Season number
Yeah,
8. Tom Brady
technically,
played
technically,
23,
yeah.
23 years. Mahomes is 29, turns 30 this year, won't be 30
September,
until
September.
next football season, basically. Um, Brady was 45 when he retired, so that's 15 more years. So sustainability, if it does take place, like Ubang is saying, 15 years over the course of 15 years.
Can he get
What?
three more
Yeah,
championships?
exactly. One thing I wanted to add to what you said too, Bong, about you don't want to cement him or anybody for that matter in the middle of their career, right?
Yeah.
Um, it's also hard to that point. It's also hard to say, man, he's the greatest because you've seen. Oh, you is that Sleaze? You've seen. Shout out to Sleaze, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, we get into that. We get into that.
We gonna get to
Yeah.
it.
Um, you've seen you've seen Brady over the course of the 23 years, right? He's had injuries. He was out for a season due to an injury. He was the comeback player of the year, so he's come up against adversity and things like that. So those are all points that you could give to Brady that you can't give to Mahomes only because he has not experienced anything like that, right? So it's kind of hard to judge. So I agree. You can't cement or just say this is where Mahomes is. But I'll let you continue, Bong, as far as
and,
whether you think the three-peat,
and,
what the
and I,
three-peat does.
so I think it puts him, as far as I'm concerned, skill wise. So here's the problem that a lot of people that want to. So I'm one of those people that I never respected Brady's skill. Not I won't say I never respected it. I didn't respect it like one of the greats as far as like quarterback, like natural God given ability, right? I
Mhm.
think up until Patrick Mahomes, that Peyton Manning was the best quarterback, was the greatest quarterback ever. He just doesn't have as many rings to back it up. People claim that Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest arm talents ever in the NFL. He doesn't have the Super Bowl rings to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes can lay claim to being one of the greatest, right? Or the greatest because he'll have the rings to back it up, and he has the arm ability.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I see, engineer just made a comment saying that does he need much sustaining? Mahomes' last couple seasons, he shined in the tough moments, but he doesn't appear to put up major stats throughout the duration of the season. And I spoke to that a few weeks ago when I said that Mahomes is starting to come into a stage, an age in his career where he's not really trying to put up the gaudy numbers like a Joe Burrow, right?
Mm.
They
But
talk about hold on, let me get it out. They
go
talk about
ahead.
how Joe Burrow, the reason his sack number is so high is because he wants five guys out in the route. Right. I don't want any protection. I want as many guys out in the route because I'm trying to hit the home runs. I'm trying to put up the gaudy stats. I'm trying to put up the numbers. Patrick Mahomes doesn't care about that at this stage in his career. It's about championships. I'm
If
chasing
that
greatness.
if that continues though, right? And let's say he just matches the number of Brady in terms of rings, because we talking ifs. We can't cement them. We talking ifs.
Yeah.
Let's say he just matches the number of rings, but he doesn't go off after the gaudy numbers. Brady has them, right? So he will have that over Mahomes at that point.
And
It's and will you give Brady the edge because he has better numbers?
uh, I don't know if so.
You know what I
Here's
mean? Like it's
but here's the question. Because he's still playing and we don't know where it all ends. Um, Patrick Mahomes may not want to play till he's 43. Tom
correct.
Brady, Tom Brady, Tom Brady said, "Fuck my marriage" to play this game until he was 43. And
Come
George,
on,
hey, Sleeves,
this nigga.
Sleeves, my boy Sleeves who's in the comments right now. Joe Cool gets sacked. He says Joe Cool gets sacked so much because of our shitty O line. Nah, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. They said it as much on broadcast. If you know that your O line is shitty, why won't you keep a back end for a little extra protection? Your boy Joe Burrow is sending five out in the route at all time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So again, like he's making a choice that I'm going to risk getting sacked so I can put up the stats. Like that's a
Yeah.
choice at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Okay, let me back up a little bit though, Bong, because you're talking about longevity. Like if Mahomes doesn't play for till he's 45, uh, it's not necessarily that though. We talking about season. I mean, single season, because there will be times where Brady has the most touchdown passes, the most passing yards in a single season. You know, and he will
I,
have done that multiple times.
I
I
thought
know
Mahomes
Mahomes. They
the
both have.
okay.
They both have.
But
But
I'm
I'm
saying I
saying,
thought he had the record. I thought he had the record for 5,200.
Kevin, I
Yes.
said in a single season, for single season years, who wins the crown, the number of times that that person has won the crown, Brady has done it more times,
I
right?
understand that. I was just saying
So
overall.
yeah, but I'm addressing Ubang's point where he said
Okay.
if he doesn't play until he's 45,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily playing till he's 45. It's every breaking down it year by year. Brady has been the leader this and that in all these statistical categories in these single seasons. If Mahomes doesn't do that and rack up the single seasons, and
Hmm.
Brady ends up having more, regardless of how how if he doesn't play till he's 45, if Brady has more seasons of winning shit like that, the passing leader, passing touchdown, shit like that, will that be another edge to Brady?
No.
Okay.
If Mahomes catches if for the people that care about numbers, if
A
Mahomes
lot of people bring that shit into play.
no,
This is why I'm saying it,
I'm talking about when I say numbers, I'm talking about numbers of championships. If Mahomes catches Brady in number of titles, Mahomes is cemented as the greatest quarterback ever. And it's not a question. He's led his team, and I don't see him slowing down. He gets So again, Brady was carried through his first three Super Bowls. The last four, Brady was more so an architect. He was a key component. He was like a driving force. But the first three, they were led by a strong Patriots defense, a great kicking game, a decent run game, and Brady was asked to manage the game from the get go, from day one. Patrick
Okay.
Mahomes has been the leading force in why the Kansas City Chiefs wins football games, why
Okay.
they win
You
Super Bowls.
you
He's
can't
not
get you can't get carried though, Bong, and win 5 MVPs out of 7
Yeah,
five MVPs for what?
in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
He
so
got
like
5 Super Bowl
it's
MVPs.
it's a game where um
is it a
where
quarterback
Russell
award?
where Russell Wilson is can hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch. He throws it and it gets intercepted by what's the guy's name? Um,
One of the twins,
I
was it
remember, yeah.
no. It wasn't one of the twins. It was just a random. He got paid off of it though. But either way, guess what? They gave that was an MVP for Brady. Y'all,
Kevin, can we get to our stat guy, Kevin Nigajowski? Can you look up who intercepted that pass, please?
so
Hey, Marvin's World
Marvin's
in the
World
building. What's
was
up,
good
Marvin's
with it.
World?
Was good with it.
Ooh,
But
ooh,
but hear
bomb.
me out. So all that
But
MVP
you
for
going
the
on and on. It's something I wanted to say before you
yeah
go too far. You said if Mahomes matches him, right, then
yeah
he's the greatest.
absolutely
Can I throw in another curveball? Let's not forget that one of Brady's championships was against who? Mahomes. Does
yeah
that make a difference? The
no
head-to-head matchup. Brady comes
no
out
hell
on top. Does
no
that make a difference? Okay.
no
and the
Just
and
Patrick
the
just asking because that will definitely be brought up as well.
and
Patrick
the person
Mahomes.
and the
Go ahead,
person that got the interception was Malcolm Butler.
Malcolm Butler.
All
Thank you.
right, Kevin
Um,
Nigajowski,
hey,
always right on time, man.
in the Super Bowl that
That's our
Mahomes
insider, y'all.
in the
My
Super
bad.
Bowl that Mahomes lost to Brady, over the course of that playoff run, he lost 60% of his offensive line. So he didn't stand a chance against the Tampa Bay defense. The Tampa Bay defense won that game, and I'm assuming Brady won MVP. He didn't have great stats. I think Gronk had a great game, but again, I'm not here at that point. We're
Engineer
just
says it does. Engineer says, yeah, it does. If Jordan beat LeBron in the finals, we would never hear the end of it. So I brought it up because I know people will feel that way. I know they will.
well. I mean, I watch the game. I go inside. I go inside. You know, like I need the details. Right? Brady did not carry that team. I'm sorry that Mahomes was playing with 40% of his offensive line against a great Tampa Bay defense, and they wrecked him. I mean, do you remember the one pass that he was lying sideways and threw it and it hit Tyreek
Mm-hmm.
Hill in his face mask and he still dropped it? Like he was doing shit like that when he was getting his ass kicked by the Tampa Bay defense in that Super Bowl. It just,
If it
But
was the
again,
fifth, we'd all be drunk.
hey, listen, it's my
Sleaze.
personal,
Hey,
it's my, it's my personal opinion.
but
You know,
but but Sleaze, George, all of this is based on ifs, right? Because even in conversation about whether Mahomes will be the greatest or whether the three-peat would cement him as the greatest or bring the argument closer, it's all ifs. So I mean, that's
It,
but
that's
it
a part of discussing all of this shit.
yeah, it's hard right now, man, because Tom Brady is the Charlie Bucket of the NFL. And
speak on it.
I don't know if y'all remember Charlie Bucket from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but he was the poorest kid eating that damn porridge with his
With his uncle.
grandparents on both his grandparents on both sides and he had 4 grandparents sharing a bed. This is Tom Brady, man. Started his career as a fourth string quarterback for the Patriots in 2000. He's Charlie Bucket, man. Found
what
that
the what the Key and Peele skit say? Started from the bottom, now we're
absolutely.
here.
Somehow got that golden ticket, got drafted, made that team, man, and took over, man, like Charlie Bucket, ended up
Okay.
getting the damn factory. This is what happened with Brady. Brady ended up getting the keys.
Oh,
He
okay.
ended up being the second string quarterback, got the
Okay.
keys, and never looked back.
Okay. So George says, aka Slee says, it won't be if when he wins on Sunday, three-peat sits him by himself. So he thinks the three-peat cements Mahomes as the greatest, as the GOAT.
My boy
So
engineer says that history doesn't remember details. This is true. This is very true.
that's
This
it.
is this is
That's a
very true.
fact. That's a
Yeah.
fact. Um, so it's
But
a good.
Ubong does. Hey man, Ubong does.
Hey.
Oh yeah, Bong
That's good.
remembers
That's
all
gonna
the
be the
details.
saying. That's gonna be the history doesn't remember the details, but Bong does.
Hey, we need to put that on the T-shirt.
Yeah.
We gonna get those out ASAP. That'll be some of the swag we send out to motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
History don't remember the details, but Bong does.
Yeah,
Okay,
man.
so sounds like even the chat is kind of on the fence. It looks like some people are saying that it will cement Mahomes as the GOAT, and it looks like some are still kind of in the middle. Um, Three-peat should low key make Andy Reid the GOAT.
I
Uh
mean,
That's a good point.